We have a lot more evidence and a lot more proof even to show to that fact about Irene's true nature and what really is her relation to ERZA from Fairy Tail, and especially a lot more to do with her past. Now in today's video we're going to be talking mainly about like exactly the identity of Irene. We've made a couple of assumptions pretty much a few times before, but now that we've got a little bit more evidence out there, I feel like it's a lot more easier to talk about this now, especially with the latest stuff that I'm going to be showing right on your screen. So in the latest volume of Fairy Tail, namely being volume 57 to time this video, there was actually early concept designs showing off like Eileen or Aileen of the ERZA'S walk, who has a huge relation to ERZA. Now the biggest thing is that we haven't been able to tell for a while what exactly she is. Since this is a series that involves time travel, we don't exactly know the fact that she's actually a future daughter of some kind, or she's perhaps a mother or a sister, and these design sketches can kind of give us a little bit like a more of the hidden exactly what exactly they're going for with this character. As you can see in the bottom right screen is the finalized version of what we finally got of her, but I'm going to be pointing you off screens mainly to the top right of it one, where we can clearly see the fact that a very withered, shriveled, old kind of woman that we get to see there, and really we don't normally see that in a lot in a Fairy Tail character, like with a few extensions and all that of some older elderly characters. Now I think this is a lot of information right here and now and all that, although there were some earlier designs that they're probably drafting to maybe hide about her aging, like kind of get grasp a little bit more mystery. As we can see, like she started going more into the original ERZA design where we had with the bandana and the tribal mark and the spear, all this kind of details that kind of go back to the original ERZA design. But as we look on that top right one, it's a very old lady, so it was like that's the one that could sign that, okay, is this actually a relative of like, you know, of like ERZA itself, and is it like perhaps her mother that we're looking for? There's been no words whatsoever about ERZA in any time and all that, although she clearly doesn't seem to have a complete grasp of what exactly her memories are. She's never talked any fondly about her family, never once in the series. Neither has a lot of the characters, so the fact that they've never really wanted to talk about their past. And the fact that it's like we've got a series that involves time travel, and that's the thing where it's like, is this, at this point, could it possibly be someone from the future? I think this easily like kind of wraps up the thing that this is a sister kind of character. Like she's clearly, from what we're seeing right here, clearly a lot older and all that, and I don't think she would be an elder to like same range twin sister or any kind. So we can actually scratch that off. Now it's the question is like, how are we going to differentiate this to like, is this someone from, you know, coming back from time, or is this someone that's in the present time and this actually is ERZA's mother? I think with a lot of them that they've been talking about, the same thing that we actually know about Nineheart talking about, it's like, oh, that's ERZA, I know that. Like, if that's the case, then if it was a time traveler, then why exactly would Nineheart know a lot about ERZA and know a lot about, you know, like, especially Irene's past? I don't think she seems the kind of character that actually wants to share her past with a lot of people. She, like, the only people that probably know a lot about her past, I'd imagine, out of everyone, out of the whole entire the ERZA'S Empire, is probably out of all of them, August, and alongside with Xerath. And it still wouldn't be no surprise if that's exactly what Nineheart was to, like, their family. Nineheart was pretty much like a servant, or even like someone that she used to play with back in the day, or even like, you know, a servant kind of person to the family. I believe like what we got to see with their family is like some sort of noble court, and they're actually joining ERZA'S because it's like that's exactly what she wants to do. Maybe like the entirety of like the ERZA Scarlet family actually comes from this very rich lineage of like powerful warriors. This is definitely a theme that we've seen every time, whether we just seem to see like a counterpart of ERZA, or even with, especially with Irene, especially when we saw to ERZA'S, even in a different like dimension itself, ERZA Nightwalker was a very strong incontinent leading warrior woman. So definitely that's the theme that we're going for, and I think it's kind of adding up to the same as well. And the question is, we still don't know exactly why did ERZA leave at that point, because she was clearly in that village where like we saw with Kagura and Simon and all them, so she must have got dropped off or orphaned at a very young age, and we still need to find the answers. Why did that happen? Did did she not like value this child at all? I don't think it like is, because she was kind of shocked. So maybe that's why she don't trust like Magnolia at all. Maybe it's just the main fact that they took her child away. Maybe this was like during the war, this giant trade war that we've heard about so many times during, like maybe this is time during this time, like maybe it had something to do with that. Maybe it was like the last part of it, they stole the child at all. Like we have no like idea, or maybe this just was another invasion during the whole, like what we saw clearly what happened during the Tower of Heaven stuff. Like, we still don't know. I think it's definitely something very interesting to talk about, and I'm very curious to see what you guys think in the comment section down below exactly about your identity. But I think definitely with these early, like, kind of little concept arts, we got to see it there. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, yes, like, although fairy tale women are always very attractive characters, it's definitely clearly shown that she's a lot more older and she's a lot more mature than what ERZA is. And seeing with these concept arts that we've had for quite a while, I would not be surprised, like, he just didn't want to spoil it too easily and saying, oh, like, well, she's super old and all that kind of gave it away. So I definitely think now, like, I don't think time travel is involved in this, and I definitely do think at this point, like, this is ERZA'S mother. I think sometime in the near future, maybe in the future 20 odd chapters, maybe 30 chapters of that, we're finally going to have that fight, and we're actually going to finally have that reveal between ERZA and Irene, exactly the whole relationship and what exactly went down all those years ago, and why exactly did Irene abandon ERZA. That's all from me, so let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you think about this stuff here? Like, I was definitely very interested in for a while seeing about this, and it's like seeing like the amount of different kind of concept art that Hiro Mashima went to designing Irene. There's some definitely nice fruity ones in there as well. I saw that were quite nice of Irene, but definitely the one that immediately caught my eyes when I first saw that on the volume was definitely that first little shot that we saw of like an older, disgruntled version of kind of Eileen, and I'm very much looking forward to it. That's all from me. Let me know what you fairy tale fans think in the comment section down below. I'll see you guys though in a bit.